the 25-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so.
We in this goddamn game.
That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So on the big tight end, Holden.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Field there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's
got him that time, baby.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Got him.
Smith, 82 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score in the opening minute of the third quarter. Good with a PAT, and this is back to an 8-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And he returns this to the 22. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. To try again after the sack. Rodgers trying to lay one deep. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And to the 40. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
A good push there from that offensive line as Sanders able to take that forward for a gain of about 6 on 1st down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, it's Howard, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles move back within a couple of the lead. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. Hurts will throw. Goes right side, and he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Rodgers on the return. And he got it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones.
Oh, rip that
and
ball.
A short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read...
Oh, no way.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available.
Boof, where you at?
Teams get too concerned about the deep ball.
What?
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds?
Oh, man, that's bullshit.
And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble.
Pure garbage. Get him.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. Sure, he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Bush.
A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers.
Oh!
Touchdown, Packers! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it up. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's get it.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this one is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with a time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something short or gain some yardage, make it more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game. So they try to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
A lot of times when you like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, how was he that wide open?
And he's going to get this one across the
God
30-yard
damn.
line.
I fucked it up.
When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
Five to keep it alive. I bullshit and let you get that one. Get him.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Pure cock blowery.
So it's over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think
Let's go.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the cards and the pack.
the big leg of Matt Prater, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Jones. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now from Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, 42 yards. And the Cardinals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after.
Eyes closed, cotton blower.
And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with a run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And this pass broken up. And the contact low time there. And now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. And it's complete to Adams. It is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's
One
good.
of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On play action, now Rodgers. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Dillon. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line
fucking blew it.
I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10 is counter. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
My old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down. We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches. More.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot. Start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the second quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. Second and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the reception made by Gray. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's called.
Give it up, baby.
And we'll have to check the flag, but I think this one's going to stand.
Give it up, baby.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Rodgers on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Oh, no, man!
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Great call, ref. Great call.
Decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Yes.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the 2nd half gets started. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from the leaders, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that's complete. It's Green here. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that poster out there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Murray a give. This is Connor. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And some good special teams coverage. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the... Oh, he rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your own game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. He hits Adams complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On play action, it's Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Pack under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. Back now at Lambeau. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw, it's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, here's Cobb. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A line of of scrimmage. Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers.
Ah, you fucker.
Touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Murray going deep for Hopkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josiah DeGuara there to make the grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now Crosby for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 7. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray trying again after the pick six. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And Crosby can't get it to come back. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Dancing to his left. Murray has the first down and more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now Murray. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers have just about sealed this football game. Second straight drive now, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Second and 8 coming up. They'll go again to Jones. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On third down, here's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge third down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch. Late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.